The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So far, they've
had
3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace,
I'm like, when that football game come out, though, the 8 to what?
Show better offense and finally put some points on the board.
I know it's the 8.
But the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
I think that next month, ain't it?
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Mixon. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
Ain't that in August?
Gain of 3, 2nd down.
39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I want some coffee.
3rd down and 11.
From midfield now, Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football.
You said I don't get no coffee.
Joe Burrow is sacked.
Wow.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2,
what are you talking about?
Changes field.
Entering screen presumed.
Well, what do you say?
Position for them. Imagine if that turnover
Man,
takes place
finding.
there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Well, what do you say?
Entering screen presumed.
I'll drink coffee. You all don't make coffee because we ain't never got none.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Now, if I had coffee, yeah, I'd make coffee.
That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver.
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 47 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Well, these receivers are actually wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen to fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now he'll pull it down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Look at
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17
what they
yards
want
and
now?
a 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Devontae Adams. his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate, and that'll bring up second down.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now here's Ross. Able to push his way through. Still fighting. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you. Because you're open.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A gain there of 21 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
So we've reached halftime here on
wagon
weekend. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. Touchdown pass for Matthew Stafford.
Hello?
From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Tom Brady has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City.
Yeah.
See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And in that one is the visiting Giants who have the lead. Golden Tate, a touchdown reception.
Golden.
Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point.
My dad
and for the call in the second half,
November.
let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Golhe.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
John Knight. Yeah, either one.
Entering screen resume.
Okay. Okay. Doing good. Yeah, my dad did that. He be sacking it because he could not take me to the pump at the time. Jay had something to do. No, I don't buy. He buy. I'm doing good.
Dr. Barnes for Don't Play at Night.
No. No. Yeah. They've been doing pretty good.
Personal branding and more for your entire career. So if you commit to earning a degree with us, we commit to standing by you until the day you retire.
No problem.
That's career services for life. Find out more about our commitment at phoenix.edu. Get ready for messiness. Join your full Snooki and her messy besties for
No, not down Noah. No, that'll be it for right now. Okay. You too. Bye-bye.
What are you talking about?
They were just checking up to see about my medicine and stuff like that. And
you know you got some?
Yeah, and she said I had an appointment yesterday, but it rescheduled. And I told her that you rescheduled because you could not make that appointment. And that's about it. I asked about my eyes and stuff, how that doing, and then I was asking about back at home. I said no, I'll go to the doctor. I can do that.
Same thing they gonna ask you when you get there. Once you do.
Yep, here you go, Meek.
Clean that ball up on that stove, Rich.
Yeah, she got called to check up on the set and see about my appointment. Why I didn't get make my appointment yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, I told her that you had to be fat because you couldn't make that appointment, could you?
Did she tell you what it was gonna be?
It's gonna be August the 9th, you said, right? I mean August the 12th, right?
Yeah,
at 2 o'clock. 2:30. I can see.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
Well, you don't want to. You don't know call they can't take.
21-yard line, so
No,
negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10 at their own 21.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. That guy running right through him. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Down at the 43.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass, and that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he'll only get this back to the 10-yard line. Not too sure what he was doing there.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Looking deep for Adams. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 67 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Second and 7.
Now it's Burrow. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. He's got his man, Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Mixon with a first down carry. Joe just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
On the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 26.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Entering screen resume.
On 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Fourth down, so Zach Taylor sends out the field goal unit. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who's just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to them.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams, 57 yards. And the Packers continue to roll. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Timmy Jernigan picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Burrow. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 20.
Burrow will throw. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson.
Burrow's pass intercepted by the Packers. Sets up 1st down.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. John Ross there to make the grab. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Koo for the extra point.
For the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Packers 56. Bengals nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 20.
And out now, here come the Bengals. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Entering screen for Zoom.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One thing.
Entering screen resume.
I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, hard to move it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain there of 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Entering screen resume. Now Burrow on 1st down. And Burrow going to be hit and
taking down. They got him. Timmy Jernigan getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that?
Entering screen resume.
Bit of revenge.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Here's Burrow. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this.
Entering screen resume.
Here's draft Darnell Savage there to knock that one away. There's Matt Bosher now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. And he is just one reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to fool him occasionally. If not fool him, fool the quarterback so that maybe he doesn't read the coverage correctly. Right now, though, they're in pretty good sync.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Entering screen resume.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all. Haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
Entering screen resume.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep for Adams. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it will wind up just being incomplete.
Entering screen resume.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Looking deep for Adams. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Today's final.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, Up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Green Bay, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, Brandon Gaudin, you've been watching the NFL on...
My bad is land trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the bug. Born to be a rebel after this. I'm not going water down the double. Listen to everything around me. I can't shoot. Pick the dozen roses and left them. Got a new rolling 30. Don't hit my car. Don't let alibis catch you 5 hours.
We were all riding high after the win. Back in the locker room, I checked my phone and saw tons of rumors about players who wanted to be traded to our team. I figured it couldn't hurt to mention it to the assistant GM. And sure enough, when I brought it up, he was more than receptive.
Didn't your offense have a nickname that year? What was it?
One of our offensive linemen came up with Super Duper Dub Club. And it made us laugh so hard we used it for the rest of the season.
My player card. Field Gen. Strong Arm. Improviser. Scrambler. My player card. View in depth chart. Go ratings. Regression history. Abilities. Undefined is selected. Undefined is selected. You have 5 options. Undefined is select. Undefined is selected. 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 Undefined is selected.
You want me to go bite and do my franchise mode, or you want to still play my career? No, this is my career.
Entering. Press.
What? Franchise?
Entering
We
main
thought
menu
this was
screen
franchise
Batman
mode.
NFL 22 drops 8/20ths. Fake franchise is selected.
Okay, we want to play with. You want to play with
Entering current franchise
my
screen. You
coach?
have 2 options. You have 3 options. Classic franchise. Cloud save is selected.
What, wine?
Classic
Wine Thomas?
franchise. Cloud save.
Wine Tom? Or do you want to see Sweet Tooth?
Classic franchise. Cloud save. Classic franchise.
He could wanna
Cloud
bite.
save. Classic franchise. Cloud save.
Dick right here is the quarterback. What? Come back.
Classic franchise.
My coach?
Cloud save.
I'll do one back. I'll do my
Classic
quarterback for
franchise.
you.
Cloud
You
save.
said the middle one, right? I'll do him.
Entering franchise hub screen things to do. Team my player is selected. View in goals. Entering my goals screen season goals undefined. Entering franchise hub screen my player is selected. Edit player. Stats ampersand contracts. View in depth chart. Ratings. Regression history. Ratings. Regression history. Abilities. View. Undefined is selected. Undefined is select. You. Undefined is selected. Undefined is select. Undefined is selected. Undefined is selected. Entering franchise hub screen, my player is selected. My player is selected. Things to do, advance a week. UDOC, advance a week. UDOCs, advance a week. Things to do, you have 2 options. Next week is selected. Things to do, you have 2 options. You have 6 options. Next week.
Wait.
Huh?
You want me to go? You want me to go to the next week, or jump ahead, or simulate to the payoff? Is that what? I'll go take it
next
next
week.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Start. View message. X Factor QD is selected.
Guess me, you know how we not talking. Wait. Guess me, you know we not talking. You guys like it. We not. Guess me, you know we not taking you guys like it. I have a lot of respect for the way you approach the game. So we going to keep working hard and press our proceedings. And we see who come out on top this week. Wait. How should I approach this prediction? Should I pay him, intimidate him, or disrespect him? What do you think? What do you think, Wait? So what, praise him? What, disrespect him?
Yeah.
Wait, hey Nikki, what do you say? Okay, then what he say? He said, get in there, you know, we not taking you guys lightly. I have a lot of respect for the way you approach the game. So we going to keep working hard and first our proceed. And we see who come out on top this week. You say what? What pays him? So you want to be mean to the man? I know you want to say. I don't know what you saying. I envy you, Wilson. I'm about to set the record against your second defense, and you got a front row ticket to the show. People would pay a lot of money for that. You know, I learned everything in the NFL. Is that the best case there I can do with talking? The fact go both ways, man. We see how things work out for you. I disrespected him. Okay. Okay, now I say beat Walker Wilkins Seahawks for four pocket of what TD and control a 40 pocket working yard.
Entering franchise has 3 things to do.
You gotta do a training.
Start
I
weekly
don't want to
training
fly.
via Simulate 750 XP.
Yeah. What, something wrong with that? Well, that's a bad thing, wait.
Team My Player
What do you mean for now?
Team My Player is selected. Things to do, you have 2 options. Play season game is selected. Advanced play season game is selected. Things to do, you have 4 play full game. Entering.
I feel good. He feel
Texans
good though.
ready.
Sounds good to me, but at my age I need the security of knowing it won't get canceled as I get older.
This is lifetime coverage as long as you pay your premiums. It can never be canceled. Call now for free information. You'll also get the screen beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction about your final wishes to your loved ones. And it's yours free. It's our way of saying thank you. Just for calling. So call now.
Call 1-800-337-6060 now for free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-337-6060.
Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. Texans taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense, and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football, rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 20 carries, 135 yards. Big gain. From the 27, Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here's Carson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
49-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Flushed out right. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Brings up fourth down.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And apparently he knew what he was doing as he winds up bringing this out past the 25.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
I can't make another guy and be on the team.
Now for their first drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Oh, he's going to take it. And that's caught inside the 35. Uh-oh. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. 72 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you get everything on the throw. and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever.
All what would be a runnabout.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You don't like the quarterback, do you, Wayne?
Holiday shoppers, partner, are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
First down, Seattle.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up second down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and really added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First down, Seahawks.
They run it with Carson. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
With the handoff to Chris.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Texans say they have it. They do. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Steps away. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. LaMarcus Joyner. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. 6-0 our score after 1. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Out to his left. Now he'll escape to his left. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 3rd down.
Down by K.J. Wright. A gain of 9.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Alex Okafor in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You're talking about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided there's a time to be aggressive. Now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one. And look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one.
32-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And his kick is right through. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Carson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's letting it fly, and this is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Brandon Cooks on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans push further out in front. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. A good throw here, finding Pascal.
Wilson's pass.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They have the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Again, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Texans say they have it. They do. 30, 20, 10. In your face. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown.
Touchdown, Texans.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point.
Lining up for the extra point.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Buying time to his left. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
A gain of 27 on the play.
So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll kick things off with an AFC Championship game rematch from a few years back. New England, this time at Jacksonville. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Cole Beasley, a touchdown reception. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Antonio Brown, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. and they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. Shrugs him off. Pushing tacklers aside. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. And the highlights roll, and there have been a lot of them.
He is absolutely stuffing the stat sheet, isn't he? I mean, you name it, he's doing it. Getting in the end zone
check.
Multiple times, big check, right? How about the yardage total?
Over 100, check.
Big check. So that means he's breaking down the defense every which way. And so far, they've had no answer for him.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's letting it fly for Cook. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, 71 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn.
Now they're going to make another guy, okay?
Here in the third quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner,
wait, you think they're coming back?
Who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
You saying what?
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Left side complete to Lockett.
You said what?
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You talk about my game or something else?
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. And that's McCoy, who is still down following the play. Appears shaken up. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. We'll check on his status when we get back. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Complete to Will.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list.
You think they coming back, Wayne?
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Play action. It's Wilson. Short throw to Disley.
They got Gibo, we got 35.
It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve.
Can they come back and win the game? Oh, what?
Guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Third and long. It's Wilson. That's into the hands of Pascal. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, that field goal block pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just been a sign of how this one's gone.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game, and they continue to press it.
Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen.
And this is taken in at the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Didn't take long, one play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Touchdown. Jordan Akins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans add on.
Oh, you can hear me now, Wayne?
Kick off the drive, set them up 1st and goal, and they're
you can hear me now?
Right away. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Okay, you think they're going to come back and win the game, or it's over?
Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
They got Gibo, we got 43.
Never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Seahawks take back over. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
You talking about my game, right? Or you talking about something else?
Out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, what about it?
They go play action with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
The quarterback taken down.
That's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble. 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow. short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well.
And now they're going to fake it. Fights him off.
Yeah, I knew Antonio had to be gay, man.
It's his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Another not asking.
He always kind of gayish, man.
I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, then, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic.
I think he always kind of gayish, man.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Operating from the gun. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide.
You know what gave it away, though?
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Do you know what gave it away?
And a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there?
You can tell.
Job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain
you look at him right. Okay, you look at him when he doing anything. You ever know he never how to look at a woman?
This league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times.
He always look towards the man.
A Scotia credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
A gain of 4.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Taken in by Pascal.
Oh, yeah.
Left.
Wilson's pass complete to Zach Pascal.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? You go with the bigger guy to try and use size. You can't try and go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
Bradley Roby on the coverage defensively.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Wilson will throw again. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
Wilson's pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
3-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And 4 from the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
First down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. He's got daylight. The 40, the 20.
Oh, boy, you
10,
ain't got no feet.
And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
So what?
And he gets in. I was expecting a fake there, but they had 2 more on the
lead. Ain't my fault they suck. Is that my fault? It ain't my fault.
So they throw the pick six.
It ain't my fault. Hey, stop. They need better defense.
This will make
it
in zone.
You want to win? You better defense. That's it.
The Seattle offense now.
You play football, you got to have good defense.
Remember, they have won 3
that's
straight.
probably how
Getting
he
4
defense.
straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. A pass underneath for Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. When in doubt,
what are you talking about why I do that like that? What are you talking about, wait?
First down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson.
Wilson's pass.
Hey, wait, they knew what they signed up for.
7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Cool
going against my team?
Right there, escaping the pocket and finding
Not a chance in hell.
his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense.
Gonna get what tomorrow?
You get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Really good.
Yeah, you think gonna get what?
They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football.
Yeah.
That was a nice play for lost yardage.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense.
Yeah, that we would come out with the Rocket tomorrow, right?
Together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that, and you're out there fresh play, a little extra spring in your step. and it showed up.
Oh, yeah.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
Yep. What? What do you think?
The shirt's on actually. Is that something you can see? Is that shit?
You can't.